Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so what we are going to see this in the project, so right? So we are going to see, okay, we are going to see uh, building a Docker image, okay, pulling the code from GitHub, okay. So developers are there, right? Right. So they will upload the code, the organizations, right? So they will upload the code, right? Please be silent. Someone is talking. Please be silent. Okay. So right, developers will be there. They will upload the code to the project code server called GitHub. So we'll have our Jenkins server. We'll pull that code. You right in the Jenkins, we have the different tools, Maven, we have Docker, right? We have integrated with the plugins. This is your Jenkins, right? This is your Jenkins. So, and using some Docker files, okay, using some Docker files, we will, right, we are taking the code, right? That code we will build it, we'll build it as a var file, okay, and we will upload it to a, right, we will upload it to a Tomcat container. So I will create one container as well, okay. So I will create as a one container. So we will have the application separately in the organizations, right? There will be separate application server. So what I will do, I will use my Jenkins server as an application server as well. So here only I will deploy it, okay. So how to deploy, I will show once the image is created, once application is uploaded, right, the var file. So what we need to do, we need to upload our Docker image, right, own Docker image to Docker Hub. So how to upload it, right? So this is the GitHub, right? This is our GitHub, right? So let's try to, right, let's try to right. So this is your Jenkins server, this is your Docker Hub, right? Docker Hub. The code I kept here, okay. This is the one. Let me share the URL with you, right? This is the code, right? So and right, this is the right, this is the right project code. Here there are different files. This is Git webhook. So this is I provided for you to enable Jenkins webhooks, so automatically start the job, right? So and also this is right, this is I kept uh, pom.xml file. This is the main file you have to update in projects, right? So they want to use 1.1 snapshot or 2.1 snapshots, right? You know how to upload this, right, into a Nexus as artifact. We already discussed, right? So we already discussed. So how to upload a artifact to a Nexus server as well, right? We have seen, right? So this is Nexus, and also we have seen how to check the project code in the middle using Sonar, right? We have seen this one as well, right? So Sonar, and we already seen the AWS, all these servers in AWS, right? Right? We are using a VPC, so right, we are creating it under VPC, and right. So and so if you want to use a right load balancing for your application, we already seen how to establish, right? So how to create a load balancer, consider this is load balancer, and we have seen monitoring SNS, right, CloudWatch, right, and auto scaling if required for application servers or Jenkins or whatever it is, right? And we have seen, right, we are maintaining volumes for the servers, right? These are nothing, this is nothing but a volume, right? And we are maintaining the snapshots as well for the periodic backup, right? So in the projects, we'll right in the organizations in a project, we'll use all these AWS, right? And mostly we'll use these servers as Linux servers. We have seen Linux, right? Linux, right? So this is mostly a Linux server, right? So this everything will be done where will be under your AWS account, right? So this is nothing but your AWS account, right? Here, too. right? Nothing but, right? This is and how the workflow will be going. So developers, there is a developer, you upload the code to the GitHub. So it will pull the code, Jenkins server, right? So there you have your Docker file. Consider this is a Docker file. So this Docker file, right? Using Docker file, you will create a container. This is a Docker, some Tomcat application container, right? And from that container, you will create your own image. Consider, right? This is the own image, right? So and right, so you will push that image to the Docker, right? How to push it, we'll see that. Okay, so from the container you're creating an image, you're pushing it, right? You're pushing that image to a Docker hub. This is nothing but a Docker file. We have seen already Docker files, right? Docker files. So you can install, show that, right? So you can install these SonarQube Nexus manually, or if you want, you can use Ansible. You can manage separate Ansible server, right? So this is considered some Ansible server, right? So you will you will right install Jenkins. You will install SonarQube, right? So you will add it in the Ansible. And also, for example, if you want to create this entire VPC manually, you can create. Otherwise, you can use your Terraform, right? Your Terraform, this is nothing but Terraform, to create this entire infrastructure, right? The VPC, the servers, right? For creating servers, you will use Terraform. For configuring the applications like installing line, installing Maven, installing Docker, installing SonarQube, that thing we will use for configuration. For this is for provisioning, you will use like that. Anyway, I have a server. So within the server, I have installed Jenkins. Okay, I have installed Docker. I have installed Terraform as well. Okay, you can try the Terraform. I will show you the Docker and Jenkins how it will be uploaded. So now these are all the installation commands. Take a Amazon Linux 2 instance, Amazon Linux 2 instance, and right. Right, so you can, right, you can you can add, right, you can add a repo, Jenkins repo. You can add a keys for Jenkins repo, right? You add a HashiCorp repository for installing Terraform in Jenkins, in Terraform in Amazon Linux. Okay, and after that you can install prerequisite OpenJDK1, right? You can install prerequisites mutils, AWS CLI, unzip, Maven, Git, tree, Docker, Jenkins, Terraform, right? This is also one another prerequisite. Okay, this is also another prerequisite. So EPEL, okay. And after that, you can start Jenkins or start Jenkins and Docker, enable it, right? So you can see. So these are the right commands to install Java and EPEL, right? So which are installed EPEL, right? So and Java JDK 11th version, right? So after that you can install the remaining software. So these are the things. So to you have to, right? You have to install for the complete project. So I will add here as well. You can utilize. Right? Right, I have added the installation commands here as well. You can utilize to install, right, in Amazon Linux server, Docker, Jenkins, Terraform, all these three, right? So now once everything is installed, now try to pull this code. Just try to pull this code, right? Copy the code and go here. is one method, or you can use our Jenkins. So let's go create a new item. So call it as project job freestyle open. The organizations will mostly use freestyle. Okay. So yeah, let's add a project code URL here, right? So which branch it is? Which is main branch, right? We should have added main here. Then, right? So in the build steps, go to execute shell and add these commands. Okay, in the build steps, you have to add these commands. What are the command? Ambient clean package, right? And some permission, some things. I will show that what are those. Let me uh, provide here, right? So I'm trying to clean the right, generating a var file, and I'm trying to provide a read write permission for this file. Otherwise, you will get error. And if you have any old project, I'm using Docker RM, old Docker image. I'm trying to remove this, and I'm trying to remove old project container as well. Okay, using force. I'm trying to build latest project image with 1.0.0 version. Okay, right? Or if you want to provide version as a variable, I will provide it as a variable as well. Here, here also, here also. Okay, right? I'm trying to create a right. I'm trying to build a image with that image, right? Project image colon version. With that image, I will create a new container. Okay, so in container level 8080 port, but in doc in right host level 8091. That means what you need to do in the security group level. Please open, please open, right, 8091. Right, go here, edit inbound rule, right, add a port, add a port 8091, right, access it from anywhere, save there. Now the port is also added, right? Now what you need to do? So this is your job. Remove this. So right, and you should have the same this repository in your account. My Docker Hub account is Raju Lucky 812. This is my Docker Hub. This is my Docker Hub Raju Lucky 812. I should have a repository. I should have a repository called Project Hub, the Project Docker Hub repository. Okay, I need to go to repositories. I need to create a new repository. Create a new repository called Project Hub. You should also have the same. Or if you want to use other one, you can use it as well. No problem. But in the code level, you need to edit. Right? Create. This is created. Right? It's a public one. Right? You can upload it. Right? So, and you need to log in. So what I'm doing here, I'm not giving username and password. I'm trying to give username and password as a variable. As a variable. How to give that? Here you should make this project is parameterized, and I'm going to add a right. I'm going to add a string parameter. Okay, I will add a version. Okay, I will add a version. Okay, this is version. Default I will make 1.0. Okay, so just now. Okay, and this username and password I will add. Where I will add as a secret. We can use this secret. Okay, use secret. And I want to bind this username and password, right? Separated. Okay, separately bind this. So username variable is Docker Hub user. Okay, and password variable name is Docker Hub password. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to add that username and password. What is the username? Username is Raju Lucky 812 because my Docker Hub account is Raju Lucky 812. I need to provide password of my Docker Hub account, right? Let me provide the password. Okay, I provide the password. This is my Docker Hub. Okay, yeah. Now I need to select here. Okay, so now why I am highlight commenting these lines, because this currently this project image project content not there. So if I run, it will throw error. That's why I'm commenting. But second run onwards, I will remove this hashes, because so I will have the projects, right? So I will have that particular images. Now save it. Yes. So now the project code is ready. The job is ready. But what is there inside? Let's see what is the code inside. So here I have one Docker file. I have one pond.xml file. So this is pond.xml file, and this is the code for that. What is the code here? src main. There is index.asp file. Here some hello world message is there. Okay. Or if you want to mention some, this is sample code. Okay. So some new DevOps. Right? So AWS. Right. This is the message. Okay. This is the code developed by whom? Developers. So developers develop this code, right? Which is fine. And then, right, this is the Docker file. What is this Docker file? So in this, if you observe here, what you are doing basically, here first of all, clean ambient clean package means it will create a var file, right? And after that, you are providing some read wait permission to this var run docker.sock file. And after that, you are trying to build with the name project image version, which version 1.0 version it will take, because here you mentioned that 1.0 default. And dot here, dot means it will take this, it will take this Docker file, what it is there, it will pull this image, doc, right, console tomcat 7.0, and maintainer is this. And within this image, I'm copying my current location var file. Right, by using this command, I'm generating var file, right? I'm using that. So I'm creating this project image, Docker image, project Docker image, right? And what I'm doing, I'm trying to right, create an image, and with that image I'm trying to create my project container, right? The board, why here, what image I'm taking here, what image I'm taking here, I'm taking console tomcat 7. That means here tomcat is already installed. Okay, tomcat is already installed. So, and I'm opening the port 8091 at host level. This is container level. Okay, and after that, once container is good, right, I'm trying to create my own image. I'm committing from this container. I'm creating my own image. This is the name I'm giving, Rajulaki 812 project hub Docker rep. It should be there in your account, right? It's there, right? I created just now. And after that, I need to log in. So I'm going to log into Docker Hub, username, password. Username is Docker Hub, password is Docker Hub password. Where I provided here, binding, right? I bind it, right? I bind it both, username and password. And I'm trying to push, right? Right, Docker push, Rajulaki 812, project Docker Hub repo, right? I'm trying to push this one, right? Now it is pushed. Let me save and apply. Let me run this, right? Build with parameters. Let me run this now. Version is 1.0. If you want to build 2.0, you can provide as a variable. Now, if you see the result, let's see what is happening. It is pulling the code. It is trying to build it ambient clean package, right? The first I mentioned ambient clean package, right? It is doing packaging. Let's see, right? Still in packaging, and it is trying to pull that Tomcat 7.0 image, right? So it is trying to create a container, and so here, right, Docker login, it is failed, right? CLI, incorrect username and password. Looks like the username is, yeah, wrong. The password is wrong. So, but if you observe in the server level, Docker images, right? So you can see project, right, image, right, project image 2.0 is created. This is your actual Tomcat, and this is your 2.0, and this is your, right, this is your project hub rep. You should push this one, but you have to log in. Docker login. Let me log in. Raju Lucky 812, and let me provide the password. I think I provided the wrong password earlier. So let me edit this. How to edit a password? Let me go back. Config, right? Sorry. In the credentials, you can see all the passwords. Let me go to credentials. Update. Change password. Raju Lucky. Now try again. Try to build it again. Build with parameters. Build now. Right. So what is the error now? It's already there. Why? Because, right? Why? Because you should delete and create it, right? So let me uncomment the lines. Configure. Uncomment those two lines, right? You have to uncomment these two lines. Then it will remove the old project container, right? Old project image, and create a new. You should take a downtime from right client to do this in the right. You will do it mostly in the maintenance time. Okay. So right now it is pushed. Earlier nothing is there. Let me log in, sign in. Now we pushed with the 1.0, right? Okay, it want to continue. Okay, let me log in. Right. You should give proper password, right? Within that, right? You can see there will be one tag. All right, this is 1.0. Now, if you change, for example, let me change it to 3.2.0 or 3.0, some 2.2. Okay, build. Right, it is building now. Let's wait. Let's go. Let's see. Right, it is being pushed now. 2.0 also getting updated. You can see 1.0. If you refresh, you can see 2.0. Right, this is 2.0. Right, so you can try this, right? You can try this. There is one more thing. This is with the Terraform, how to integrate Jenkins with Terraform, right? So let's see this one as well. So yeah, so what you need to do it. So let me copy the URL. So what are the keys I have in my list? Let's see, keys, key pairs. From Docker test. Okay, I will use Docker test key pair. Okay, the variables.df. Let me edit. So first of all, let me fork this to my account before. Okay. Edit. I should have this keeper, right? That's why keeping this one. Okay. Key Docker test. Okay. So commit changes. This file is not required. Let me remove this. Remove. Okay. And I should have yeah, let me remove this. I don't want to give this credentials. I will go with AWS configure. Let me remove this one as well. Providing any profile. Give this. Okay. ID. Which one? Resist one. Commit. commit the changes. So let me go to EC2. I will use existing AMI ID, any AMI ID. Let me go to here. Not required. Yeah. Let me go to variables. Variables.tf. AMI ID. This one. Okay, fine. Remaining everything is fine. Commit. Okay. And you need to generate the access key and secret key. Don't share these access keys and secret keys with anyone. Please delete it once your practice is completed. Okay, in the account itself, right? In the server itself, let's use AWS configure. Okay, access key can provide paste, right? And secret key can provide copy, paste, enter. And which region? US -east -1 I want to control. That's it, right? So, right. So now you have your setup is ready. Now go to your job. Let's try to create a new job called uh, Jenkins Terraform. Okay, restyle, or you can use pipeline. Sorry, pipeline. This one. Let me go to pipeline. So this is the code, right? Right. I have a Jenkins file. So you can have two options. You have two options in pipeline. Whether you can go with right scripted pipe, right? You can pipeline go with the SCM. You can provide the uh, GitHub URL. Okay, and then particular GitHub URL is the main branch. Copy the URL, right? Go back, right? This is the main, right? And what you can do, you can provide the URL here, right? And Jenkins file. So this repository having a Jenkins file. So this Jenkins file, it will be used. So what kind of file it is? Here I am using checkout. That means I'm pulling Jenkins code. So GitHub code. So the GitHub code should be, right? This is my URL, right? Copy the URL. Okay, let me change this file because my account name is knowledge mate. Right? This is the account. Right? Let me use this one. Okay, commit. Otherwise, you will get an error. Okay, so this is main branch, and after the Terraform init, it will initialize the modules. Terraform actions. So here I'm trying to auto approve. That means action I will create as a variable. Okay, action variable I will create. So now go back. This result is parameterized. Which type of string? Uh, I will go with now choice parameter. Which type of choice parameter? I will go with action choice parameter. There I will go with two actions. Yes or no? Right? Action parameter. What kind of action? It can be right. So Terraform approve. So Terraform plan or can be approved, right? So or destroy, right? Destroy or it can be uh, uh, approve, right? Terraform plan, Terraform apply. So apply or destroy, right? Two options, right? Two choice. The default choice will be apply. Okay, apply and save. So now build with parameters. So what is the type of one? I want to go with apply now. Okay, build. So let's see. So it is failed. Let's see that. So unable to find a Jenkins file. So it is there, but why it is unable to find? Let's see. The spelling right is wrong, right? Jenkins file name is wrong. Let me edit this name. So it should be Jenkins file, right? Jenkins. Now save it, commit. Now run this. So let me see how many VPCs I have. Default it will have one, right? Let's see. So right now I will have only one default VPC will be there, right? Right, one VPC, right? So now try to build with parameters. Okay. Now see that what is happening. Coding the check the downloading the code, checking out initialization in progress. Let's see. It's in that color. Trying to approve it. Let's see. Approve is in progress. So it is failed, right? No ECD IMD role, good data, HTTP response. Okay. Credentials are not there, right? So what I will do one thing. Okay, I will create a IAM role with administrator permission. I will add that role to this. I added, but the problem I don't know. So let me fix this before that. So I don't want to utilize more time for this, waste the time. So actually the problem here, I have to use here the credentials in home section. Okay, but I updated, that's why not here. Terraform main file. I have to use the credentials in home because if you see somewhere it is mentioned already. Anyway, no problem. I will create. Okay. So what this project is, this project will create a EC2 instance in AWS. Okay. So this is EC2 instance. This is a VPC I'm creating in AWS account. Okay. Using Terraform, there is a Jenkins server. There I'm using Terraform and Jenkins, right? Jenkins. This is a EC2. This is a VPC I'm creating, right? I'm using one Jenkins job, pipeline job. This is a pipeline job, right? And I will use this Jenkins Terraform pipeline, and I'm trying to create a EC2, and I'm trying to create a VPC, right? So now, yeah, let me create a role, right? AWS service with service or EC2 service. Click on next. Administrator access. Let me provide the administrator access for this role. Right. So yeah, what I'm doing now, 1 second. Right. I just copied it, test EC2. This is the one. And now I'm going to do it now. I'm going to, right. I'm going to add this role to this server. Go to actions, security, modify IAM role, select the test EC2 IAM role. It will have full permission, right? Which will have full permission. Now try to build it again. Okay, build with parameters, apply. Let's see now. Initialization went successful. Now let's treat Terraform apply. creating a VPC. What is the error earlier? Second one. Let's compare both. Right, creating a subnet, creating a server, right? So you can ignore that configure step, okay? AWS configure step and adding access key and secret key. Just ignore that step because we have used AWS role. So we already discussed IAM, right? In the IAM, we have seen already this roles concept, right? So right, there is only one VPC. So let's wait. You can refresh. You can see the second one also, right? This is the test VPC which you created just now. Okay, and there is only one server. Master and is two servers. Now, if you see, there will be a third server, right? Public and private, two servers also created, right? So we have created a two EC2 instance. One is public, another one is private, right? And a VPC. And within the VPC, we have a lot of components. We have created internet gateway, right? And you have created, right, these two servers, right? In the subnets also you have created, right? You have created subnets, right? So public subnet and private subnet, right? So second, right? So you have created a VPC and you have created two subnets, public and private, right? You have created one server here, one server here. You have created internet gateway, right? Public route table, private route table, right? And let's go to dashboard of VPC, right? So I think it's done, right? Successful, pipeline is successful, right? You can see the result also, right? It's successful, right? So, and after that, right? So this is your Jenkins server, this is your Jenkins pipeline, and you have your, right? This is here you are managing Terraform, and this is your Jenkins, right? And you have, right? Yeah, right? You have created a VPC, and this VPC is everything is under, right? You are using same AWS account. This is AWS account. So this is a Jenkins pipeline, right? Pipeline, and this is a public subnet. Subnet. This is private subnet, right? Private sub. Okay, Shubhan, I saw that. Okay. So private subnet, right? This is VPC, and right, this is IGW Internet Gateway, right? And right, so this is public server in the public subnet. This is private server under private subnet, and this is your VPC, right? This is the range of the VPC, right? This is the VPC range, right? So, and subnets you have created two, right? This is the range of each subnet. This is the one subnet range. This is another subnet range, right? And you have seen route table. This is the route table, right? So, right, test VPC two route tables, right? So public route table, another one is private route table, right? And internet gateway you have created, right? This is the internet gateway for test VPC, right? So yeah, we are not using any NAT gateways as of now, but I showed you all the NAT gateway practical as well in Terraform, right? So that's about it. Let me, these are not required anyway. Let me delete. So I will delete it last at the end, no problem. So this is Terraform, right? For example, if you want to destroy it, you have another action, right? You can destroy, you can build it, right? So today we have seen two projects. One is freestyle uploading the Jenkins image, right? 22. Result one, right? Uploading a Docker image to the Docker hub, right? Another one is, right, So creating a Terraform infrastructure using Terraform. So Terraform, Jenkins, right? This is Terraform, Docker, how you will do in the organizations, right? Docker, right? So yeah, it is trying to destroy the environment, okay? Destroying. So what are the files here? This, let me provide the URL of the project. This is the one, right? So this is the one, right? So Terraform hyphen Jenkins, right? This is the one I just shared our chart. So you can try both, right? So you can set up, right? This is the one you can set up. Let me add a README file, right? You can install it. In both the repositories I added, okay? So the installation comes. Just try this, okay? Yeah, it is now destroying. So you can see the both the servers will be get destroyed, terminated, and you can see the right. The IAM role is free, no need to worry. Okay, IAM role is free. Other VPC also deleted, right? And these are the subnets which are deleted. Now it will become 6 only. Okay, 8 only, sorry. And the route tables also getting deleted. Okay, you can see one route table only. It is success, right? And what about the first project? So the first project you have created uh, with 8091, right? Let's see. You can see the message, right? Click on manager app. Oh, username is admin. I already mentioned here. Where is that? So repositories. Yeah. The Tomcat username is admin. Password also admin. Okay. Admin. Admin. And you can see this one, Java Tomcat Maven example. Just click on here. You can see DevOps with AWS. Why? Because in the code itself, we have seen, right? I changed it to DevOps with AWS. Right? So that's why I'm keeping that file by using this Docker file, right? So this Docker file, right? So I'm keeping this, right? So just try this, right? And right, and that's about the projects. So in the real time, what you will do basically, right? You will manage this. So what you have to practice more for the right what you have to practice more, so you have to practice Docker file, you have to practice Ansible playbooks, right? So you have to practice Jenkins pipeline.